Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lucas Ross. I am here presenting to you all about communication in the workplace in the supply chain field. The person I interviewed about this, his name is John Hayward. He's currently a senior here at Western Michigan University, someone I look up to as a mentor. He will be working, next year he'll be working for General Motors in their purchasing department. So I asked him what one of the biggest things about communication, what's like one of the most important things. And he honestly said email. Being able to properly email people within your company, and more importantly, the suppliers you're working with. Most of the time, you're buying materials from different suppliers all across the country, maybe even the world. So in this situation, you need to be able to effectively communicate with them. And the best way to do that is through email. And that goes along to something else he told me. I asked him about one of the most important things that a young professional like myself should know going into the workforce. And he said, making sure that you are properly keeping your email box clean. So that means that when you go in there, you need to have folders that you're constantly moving emails into, or just deleting if you don't really need them. So this allows you to effectively be able to see what emails you have coming in and what you really need to respond to quickly, and really be able to keep everything completely organized. But going away from email for a second, one of the huge things he says that he's noticed in all of his internships and whatnot, especially as you climb up the ranks out of your original purchasing role, is being able to work well with your team, like your actual team with your company. So communication is huge here. Like I said, emailing them is important, but being able to actually talk to them and relate to them. Because these are people that you're counting on to be able to get jobs and projects done. You have to be able to really get to know them and be personal with them. That way they're willing to actually want to work for you and work hard for you. That's extremely important as you start to move up in your company. Just the fact of people, just because you're their boss, people aren't going to want to work for you. You have to be able to communicate with them in person and effectively motivate them to do their task. One thing I was really curious about is I mentioned a minute ago about suppliers and how you have to work with them. Well, it's like a huge way to be able to get your point across to them, that they'll want to be able to do business with you and you'll be effective to get the deal done. Because as a purchaser or a buyer in a buying role, that is what your main job is to do, is to be able to communicate with these buyers and get materials from them. And he said honestly that one of the most important thing is to be concise with them. So like, say your prices that you want, say what numbers you're going to need, say like exactly how many materials you're going to need, what time, and exactly what time frame you're going to need for that. And then after you say that, make sure you're being like personal with them, not just making sure trying very hard to make sure your point is coming across as not demanding, but more like trying to make a deal with them. It's important to portray your words in a way that makes it seem like, that makes it a good deal for both of you, that you're both getting something out of it, that this is going to be a good thing moving forward, because then that way you can go back to this relationship that you've just made, and you can go call on them again whenever you need materials in a pinch, or just as a general relationship. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. There's some of the most important things that I've found whenever it comes to communication in the supply chain workforce. Thank you.